Mercedes-Benz. The name is synonymous with opulent luxury. The three-pointed star is a symbol for wealth and success, and it has been for years. Each iteration becomes more and more true. The only complaint that Mercedes owners have is that their Mercedes looks too much like other Mercedes. I'm here to tell you that there's a very differentiating feature, subtle yet elegant, that you can always tell the difference between your Mercedes. Check out the headlights.
Don't stop until the break of dawn. I'm singing.
As I mentioned, the distinguishing factors are the headlights. The entry-level C-Class has one LED bar. The mid-level E-Class, as you can see, has two LED bars, and the S-Class has three. From profile, you can see the sedans have very similar body styles. However, the E-Class has a very proportional rear, especially seen from the 3/4. The rear perspective is much the same story, with differentiation simply being how aggressive the curve at the top of the trunk is, a distinction made only by the most discerning eye. Of course, 18-inch 5-spoke wheels are beautiful and give a semblance of sport and aggression. They come in beautiful gloss black to contrast the white body. Rear camera is standard, although this is not a good shot of it at all. Still think it looks pretty cool though. Of course, keyless entry means you'll never have to remove the key from your pocket ever again, which is one of my favorite features. Stepping into the cabin, you'll begin to see some more noticeable differences, such as the dominating 12.3-inch head unit that works in tandem with the optional 12.3-inch fully digital gauge cluster. The S-Class comes with these screens standard. Your car will be equipped with Mercedes command system. This will give you functionality, as you can see, to pretty much everything that you would possibly need. The nav screen graphics are beautiful indeed. Additionally, this car comes connected with everything that you would possibly need as far as connecting to your phone. You've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to make sure this car fits seamlessly into your life. The fit and finish is fantastic. Look at those string of pearls vents. It's a simple thing, but the air vents really look fantastic. Of course, Burmister's sound system is standard, and it looks and sounds amazing. The controls underneath, where you typically would find your heated seats, are actually moved into the head unit, but you can see you have shortcut buttons for nav, radio, and media. The Mercedes command system gives you a confident control through the wonderfully intuitive scroll and click, as you can see with this unit here. Safety features like lane keep assist, adaptive cruise, and emergency braking, as well as blind spot detection and rear cross traffic alert are options in this unit. Additionally, some E-Classes are optioned with an autonomous driving feature that will let you drive with your hands off the wheel for 60 seconds. This is a poor reenactment, but it gives you an example. Again, the fit and finish is spectacular. You really are engulfed in opulent luxury in what you would come to expect in a Mercedes such as this. Moving into the glove box, you'll find where you can connect your fragrance mister. This will go through the cabin through the air vents. On the right, you'll see a black canister that is for your cigarette ashtray. Stepping into the rear, you'll look up and you'll notice the dual sunroofs, giving the car an expansive feel. Very roomy, very comfortable. The center area is comprised of a home wall outlet, as well as a traditional 12-volt, and rear air vents as well for climate control. Additionally, a center console is standard as you would expect, giving you additional storage and two cup holders. They're just cup holders. One of the best things that Mercedes continues to do is the automatic sunshades. Excuse my dad, he's a goofy dude, but he is definitely a gangster, so I like to keep him in the shot. Alright guys, so we're behind the wheel of the E-Class, and the first thing that you notice when you get in the car, you click the seatbelt and this thing tugs at you to make sure that you are securely fastened There's a lot of safety features in this car. That is one of them. It's honestly not a huge deal. So here we go. So as you guys probably heard from the cold start and rev scene that I shot earlier, is this car is not loud, it's not throaty, it's not aggressive like an AMG version, and that's not the point. You don't get the E300 to be a loud, throaty, aggressive sports car. You get it to do long highway, leisurely cruising, and that car does that, or this car does that exponentially well. It is so quiet and refined in here. The ride is extremely smooth. You've got all different kind of drive modes. You've got individual, which is something that you can set to your preference as far as suspension, throttle response, things like that. You've got that, Sport Plus, obviously the most sporty, Sport, which is mildly less sporty, Comfort, and then Eco. So for the sake of this review, I will have it in Sport. Just came up to a stop sign. Take off. So there's a little bit of kick to it. This is the 4-cylinder turbo. This has 241 horsepower, and I believe it's 273 pound-feet of torque. All Mercedes E-Class models come with the 9-speed Mercedes Speed Shift transmission, which is fine. It's a really nice transmission. It does well as far as being responsive to your inputs, anticipating what you need, what gear you need to be in for your style of driving. And that really is helped by that dynamic kind of drive mode selector. But right now I'm driving through a park. It's a smooth road. It's extremely comfortable, very isolated. There's a baseball game going on right outside. I can't hear anything. There's a bunch of children, so I'm sure there's yelling and screaming of all sorts. Fantastically refined cabin. So I should mention, this is the E300 that we're driving. This is more or less a base, you could call it. And by that I mean strictly in regards to engine output. That's the turbocharged 4-cylinder with 241 horsepower. The E400 comes as a turbocharged V6. This gives you 329 horsepower. And if you want to go up to the E43, which is the slightly less dialed down AMG, that will give you 396 horsepower, I believe. All fantastic power plants. Obviously the E63 is going to be the full-fledged AMG, a lot of fun, but these will get you where you want to go as well. One thing also to mention is the handling of this car. It's a mid-sized sedan. It's not small by any means, but the steering is extremely precise. It's light. It heavies up a little bit into Sport and Sport Plus modes, but it is extremely comfortable. It's very accurate as well. There's no sort of like dead spot in the middle. There's no play in the steering wheel. It's very accurate and very responsive. Exactly what you would need. I should also mention this car is riding on Mercedes air suspension. It is an option. You can also get the steel springs that come standard with the car, but we have the optioned up air suspension, and it is fantastic. It's very easy to creep up through the speed limit into dangerous territory. So that's one thing that you need to watch yourself on, because the cabin is so quiet and so refined, and this car is so solid and planted on the road that you don't feel like you're going crazy, going 90 miles an hour. So we just merged onto the highway, super uneventful, gets up to speed easily, very comfortable and controlled and confident. You're not necessarily going to want to outrun anybody in the right lane, try to get in front of trucks or sports cars or anything like that, but it'll definitely get you where you need to go. So there you have it, guys. This is the E-Class. It is a exceedingly luxurious, comfortable highway cruiser. This is something that you're going to take your family out on vacations with. You can commute to work super easily and without being beat up or harassed or anything like that. It has a sporty little kick to it every once in a while with the turbo, but you're really where this thing is gonna shine is really in the luxurious comfortability kind of sector. It's exquisitely refined. The interior is immaculate, and it's everything that you could possibly want, and it's a great value. So I really like this car, and I had a fantastic time driving it. At this time, I'd like to thank Tony Sanfilippo of Umansky Motor Cars for letting us play around in this E300. You can find this particular car at Mercedes of Milwaukee North, on their inventory, as well as plenty of other cars, and they are all fantastic. And I had a great time filming this review, so thank you, Tony, and thank you, Umansky. So there you have it. The Mercedes E-Class is an extremely luxurious highway cruiser, and it is quite a value proposition at $54,000. With options, you can get up to $60,000, you can have yourself a mini S-Class, and that really is quite a luxurious vehicle. So if you're looking for something that's going to be the most luxurious car on the road, with an opulent cabin, look no further than the Mercedes E-Class. So there you have it, guys. That's the Mercedes E-Class. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please leave a comment, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
The break of dawn, I sing it.